Hello all and welcome to episode 3 of 5 Random Packs, a series that was inspired by me buying 20 packs of one type which I thought was a little bit random. I then delved deeper into eBay and bought one pack of several different topics. Some are very random, some I shouldn't be buying for my gender, for my age, and a combination of both. So what we do then is we pull one of these packs out of the box next to me at random without me looking, and then we examine the pack, we see what they offer in the pack, what they offer rare wise, and then we see if we get any of those rare cards, and then we open them up and just see how random the cards are as well, and then perhaps have a little bit of fun along the way. And then also what I do is as I open each pack, I have to pick a favourite. I have to pick one favourite out of the cards that are within each pack, and then I line them up here along this back wall of Mega Drive cards, and then we have our 5 favourites from the 5 packs opened in this episode, and they'll all go into a binder, and that binder there will have a little bit of a recap at the end of the year. So with that, as per previous episodes, the right hand here disappears, it goes into the box, and then it has a shuffle round, and it pulls the first pack out at random, which is upside down. And it's Five Nights at Freddy's, 120 to collect. Thrown off a little bit there by the French word below. I think it's French. A collectionneur. Trading cards. Thank you. That's what they are. Yep. And below that, I'm not even going to try and say that. That's French as well. 20 different foil cards to collect. Each pack contains 6 trading cards and 1 foil card. So it says. So we get 7 cards in all then. Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, I know it's a gaming franchise, but I'm going to be totally honest with you. Bearing in mind, not only do I like gaming, but I like horror. I've never actually dabbled in the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, so that's quite hard to say quickly. So I really need to actually sort that out. Anything on the back about what's in it or what's read? 2016, so they're not awfully old, only about 4 years. All rights are reserved. Just Toys International. They've got a website, and it made in the US available. There we go. Anything up here about rares or just got foil cards and we have to try and collect all those as well? That is looking like it. Choking hazard. Do not try and eat these. Okay, so let's crack these bad boys open and see what we get. And I think these are going to be a scissors pack. And I've remembered to have them on standby. That is very good of me. Well done, Roberts. Free gold star. Okay, so let's have a look at our 7 cards. Is the foil going to be the favourite? They're quite tight to get out. There we go. That will help greatly. And here we go. That's the back of the cards, and that's a nice graphic. And we got the top of the shops there. Look, we've got 120 of 120, I think. Or have we? Have we? Yes, we have. So here we go. Let's have a look at the front, and that is Freddy himself, going straight at the camera, going straight for you. So Jesus Christ, take a goalkeeping style dive out of the way. That's quite a cool card. I like that one. He's reaching for something. You might be going for the throat there. Watch out. Yeah, do a dive. Okay, let's eat. A rather odd-looking character. This would really help if I play the gaming franchise. I might be able to name him. Do we have a name on the back? No, we don't. We really have just the number of Five Nights at Freddy, even though the graphic's really cool. A little bit more detail of what's on the card may actually help. But we've got a rather, green-looking duck thing that's got teeth in its beak, and is that pizza nailed to the wall behind the back of his head there in a very American diner-style place? That would be explaining a lot why he says let's eat. That is a really odd card, but I'm swaying towards something with Freddy in it because it's Five Nights at Freddy's and everybody wants to see Freddy if you're buying these, I suppose. And with that, look at that, staring deep into your soul. Well, that's got to be a low number, he says. 22 out of 120, so yes. Very close-up look of Freddy there, so not quite going to win, I don't think. So we've got the eye staring in your at your soul to him having no eyes at all there and just slumped on the floor. What the hell is going on there? And we've got blood splatter there, or is that on all of them where it says Five Nights at Freddy's? No, just this one. So I can't really offer a lot of what's going on there. It's just rather bizarre. But, look, there we go. Caught in the spotlight. And what the hell is that? There are some weird things in this game. I need to play this game. He's in the American diner as well. The checkered floor is well and truly on the go. Anything on the counter there? What people left behind? Presents! Presents. Can't be bad. It's a present, surely. It can't be bad. It's not a horror game. There will be nothing wrong inside them at all. And then we've got, look at that. They look all so smart there. This must be very near the beginning of the game. I don't want to spoil the foil card too much, so it would look like 55. But that's looking very smart. Not very horror-like, though, so I don't know what to make of that either. Look at those big rosy cheeks, though. Look at that. And they're been embarrassed by something, and they're all looking at it, whatever that may be. And this is the foil card. That is the back of the foil. No, that is the front. Where we go, we've got your security card. So even if we were trapped, we could just swipe our way out, and we've got somewhere we can sign our name. And this is the top of the shop number. So Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So yes, it wasn't just an American diner; it was a pizzeria. So there we go. I wonder if you scan that barcode, if it will actually do anything anywhere. And look, if we could write our name on it and stick our picture in, which is something we definitely will not do. So favourite card, I am going for the very first one I saw. I like that creepy image. If we're going to have a horror game, we want the main icon looking a little bit scary. So that is what we've got. I just noticed we've got some wires there poking out of his arms. That is a safety hazard for any child. No wonder you got left behind. Okay, so favourite card number one of a pack, which I didn't really know a lot about. So let's hope we get a topic that I know something about, but I already know there's not a lot of topic. There's some topics I don't know not a lot about, and that's not easy to say either. So right, let's have a look. Let's have a shuffle. Will the Happy Puppy cards get pulled? Yes, they are in there. No, they won't. We've got Thunderbirds A Go movie trading cards. 6 cards per pack. Look out for special bonus foil cards. So we don't get 6 and a foil card, unlike Five Nights at Freddy. We get 6 cards per pack, plus the chance of getting a foil card. I mean, I know a little bit about Thunderbird, even though I haven't seen this action movie. Don't know, kind of my childhood. I didn't really want it to be adjusted or spoilt too much by seeing this film, I think. So we've got Thunderbird 1, 2, and 3 all on the front of the pack there. And then have we got any... always upside down, always upside down. Look out for randomly inserted chase cards. This pack contains a random... This pack contain a random insertion of Thunderbirds movie trading cards. Right, okay, we guessed that. That's what is written on the front. 72 basic cards to collect. 9 Thunderbirds to the Rescue foil puzzle cards. 9 Pretty in Pink foil puzzle cards. 11 autograph cards. And 4 costume cards. Pure or Plur? What the hell is that? Random hand-drawn sketch cards. Stated odds reflect an average of the entire production run. No ratios guaranteed to... that's a horrible font to use in a very small way. All the Thunderbirds, the movie trading cards binder. Yeah, we get that on a lot of these. Can we open them without the scissors? We failed once already. No, not even going to try. So the scissors are winning 2-0 if you keep run of that in these episodes. So I've really got to pull it round with the last 3, otherwise it's failing all round. So there we go. We will get in eventually. There we go. Thank you very much. And what have we got on the front here? That is Jeff Tracy, apparently, looking a lot younger than he does in the Puppet series. This was very cheap and very plain and boring card. We've got Parker there. Jesus Christ. Even Parker's had a few years shaved off by the look of that. But we've got something on the back. We've got personal data, played by Bill Paxton, apparently. This is card number 4, so it's quite a low one. The Commander-in-Chief of International Rescue is the billionaire ex-astronaut Jeff Tracy. In 2010, he lost his wife in a tragic accident, and consumed by grief, he relocated with his sons to someone didn't really proofread that, did they? To a deserted tropical island. Yeah, we won't go any further than that. But this card has definitely taken years off Jeff Tracy, and I mean a lot of years. Have you seen it in the TV series, the Puppet Show? He's got grey hair. And what is that? This looks like a Formula One suit from a very long time ago as well. And there's Parker. Ooh, just sneak and see if I can see anything foily, but no, I can't. Yeah, these profile cards aren't that interesting, to be honest with you. They're really bland and plain. You thought they could do something a little bit interesting with the background. Driver of FAB 1. In all her missions, Lady Penelope is accompanied by Parker, her loyal Cockney chauffeur and butler. Parker is an ex-convict with a long history of criminal activity full stop. After meeting him, Penelope was able to convince Parker to turn his crime talents to aid her undercover activities. And he does indeed, from what I remember. He's a very handy tool for Miss Lady Penelope. Maybe he's just smitten and just wants to do anything. Unfortunately, Mr. Parker, you're going to get nowhere with her. I just get that feeling. Even though you managed to take a few years off your age going by this card, so maybe you were working on that. What the hell is this? Must be a piece of something, surely. What the hell is going on there? We've got like a Thunderbird 2 there has had the top of it chopped off. And any explanation of Thunderbird 2 silo card? It was hidden behind, well, it was hidden off the bloody card and all. That is really, I'm not really getting that. And then we lead on to this as well, which is a shot of Tracy Island. We've got all these images. Is it like an entire map that we have to piece together or something? Maybe that's what it is. That's a little bit annoying, to be honest with you, especially if you're only buying one. So another piece of a card there. And when the craft is needed to raw interaction, Scott carries out pre-flight checks. Yeah, and oh yeah, because that's the pool where he comes out of, isn't it? Just there. So yes, yeah, piece cards. I really hate that within a set of action cards. But then we've got, that's whoever's playing the hood there. So God knows who she is as well. So they're all looking up, looking out into space. There must be a window up here or something. But what, stealing the mole? Oh, the mole that came out of Thunderbird 2 that buried under the ground. Yes, we all know the mole. And what have we got here? Excitement turns to horror as onlookers watch the mighty vehicle land on nearby ice cream truck, squashing it flat. Well, yeah, Mr. Whitby's now Mr. Flatty then, isn't he? There you go. The hood transforms a The hood transom and Mullion. Oh, Christ, they're villain names. Hard to say villain names, certainly very quickly when you're looking at it in small fonts. Thunderbird 2 in the mole. Thunderbird 2's drilling machine. Yes, I know, I already said that. Dear, oh dear. These are... I wasn't a big fan of it being made into an action movie, so I didn't watch it, and these cards feel awfully cheap. And that movie set looks awfully cheap as well, so it looks more fake than it ever could do. The journey home. So that is obviously what Lady Penelope's car can turn into, and just skim across the sea. Don't ever remember that happening too much in the old school TV puppet shows. Alan and Fermat are taken back to Tracy Island for the spring break. So the world's going to... yes, well, obviously problems, because that's why the Thunderbirds are there, and you're going on spring break. How dare you? It's just hard to pick a favourite out of. We've got two very uninspiring profile pictures, and then we've probably got two pieces, which is hard to pick, and then we've got these two here, which aren't that inspiring. So, although, because a car can skim across water, which, let's be honest with you, if you was in that car, that would be fun to have a go at and at least do something with. So we'll pick this one out of the 5, and that will go there, because that is a little bit cool, and you can go next to Freddy, who, careful, he might strangle you if you step out of your car. Not that you can, because you will probably drown. Okay, next pack. And we're going right in the bottom. Oh, these feel old. I feel the wax pack. And we have T2 Terminator 2 Judgment Day. 5 stickers for 25 cents. So these are obviously released in America. 5 stickers, that seems an awful low quantity. Anything on the back? We've got a year, 1991, so they're not as old as some of these packs are that come in this wax packet, but only 5 stickers. So let's hope for a good image of the Terminator. Let's really hope for something like that. Make that favourite real easy to pick. And unlike the glue on the Alpha ones, which just fell off, that had to put up a little bit of a fight. So here we go. These look quite cool, actually. They actually don't feel as cheap as those Thunderbird cards. I'll put it like that. Right? The Deception. We've got any description on the back as to what's going on? Yes, we have. Sequence 34. Cleverly changing tactics. The T-1000 assumes the form of Sarah Connor and tries to deceive John. Look at that. Just when you think, you can imagine, like, you see her and you think, I'll hit on that. And then you find out it's actually a man pretending to be a woman. That is an awful shock, isn't it? So, yes... the Terminator appearing as Sarah Connor. But have we got the Terminator appearing as the Terminator? And yes, we have. That is a cool image. We wanted a cool image. We got one. Warrior Out of Time. This is sequence number 30. So that's perhaps before he turned into a woman. Don't know. Badly damaged by the T-1000, but enriched by his fellowship with young John Connor. Terminator stalks through the steel mill and prepares for a final all-out assault against his form-changing enemy. So... rain check. Who changed it? Oh, yeah, the T-1000 is the enemy, isn't it? So, yes. Dear, oh dear. Get your film knowledge back in track, Roberts. Here we go. So, yeah, I like that image. I like that more than that one. So, we've overtaken the only card so far. Well done. And we have a group shot there, pointing guns. Except for the guy in the middle, who's far too cool to point a gun. He's not worried at all. But mind you, when you've got Arnie next to you with a gun, you probably feel a little bit on the safe side. She looks like she's absolutely bricking it. And yes, look at the steady poise on his face there. He's got no qualms and no problems at all. He's totally happy with the situation because he is, you can't kill me. And maybe maybe his concerns like he's actually going, where is my gun? I don't know. But that's an okay card. You're not going to beat seeing half of a face of Arnie. And we've got, what is it, Arnie on top of a truck? What the hell's happened there? Besting the Behemoth. Sequence 28. Out of control, the tanker trailer driven by the T-1000 slides onto its side at 60 miles an hour towards an approaching steel mill. It crashes through the building and releases a flood of liquid nitrogen. Terminator, still clutching his M79, rolls off the overturned tanker. So yes, try and squash me with the truck. You cannot do it. I'll just jump on the truck and we'll carry on out a never-ending fight. So yes, not another all-inspiring card there, but tells a little part of the story. So here we go. Looks like he's just swooped down out of nowhere to save the day, but he's actually about to ascend to the skies in a final farewell then perhaps, because there is Sarah and Jonna saying goodbye and thank you for saving me. So does this card mean it's a high number? Sequence 36? I think so, potentially. God knows, there's no real numbering behind this, so how do you know how many there are or how many you've got? Was it on the pack? Was it on the pack? He's having a look out of shot. No, it's not. It's not on the pack. So, yes, your guess is as good as mine. So there we go. Final farewell. And with that, we say a final farewell to this pack. And we're going to give the winner to a cool Terminator shot there of Arnie with half of his normal face, well, more than half his normal face, with a larger portion of his normal face showing, but enough of the Terminator showing through. So yeah, I like that one. That is actually a clear winner. But as a whole, those cards weren't that bad. I quite like them. So you can go into the pile of God knows what I will do with, and then we shall go back into the box. And they've all been relatively nice as something goes flying out, so they're not going to be pulled now. And then finally we have, we got Doctor Who Alien Armies. Trading Cards Games. Now, did I pull this before in episode 1 and I've accidentally duplicated it? I can't remember. But if that is the case, my error, but in the nature of the game, they have been pulled. They will be revealed. So let's open that and actually see. If not, it's definitely the second batch of Doctor Who cards I have had. And they are definitely different, so that is why they were in there. And we have a child's drawing, apparently, the Wardrobe Monster. Again, we're now entering the realms of something I'm not really a big fan of, so don't watch a lot of. So not a lot I can offer you there, but we generally just have a child's drawing. It was like, oh, we need number 53 card done. And the producer of these cards just went to his child, here's some black, red and blue crayons, draw me a monster. And that is what they come up with. I hope I haven't insulted someone's knowledge of the show too much there with my extreme lack of knowledge and trying to make something up out of these. Have no idea who you are. Of course you're a villain, you are a monster. But apart from that, cannot offer much more on you. And that is just boring. What the hell have you got on your hand there? You even look uninterested in being the fight. You've got a ruler as a weapon, and you're going to take on monsters, mate. You are absolutely screwed. Elton Pope, I have no idea who you are. And the same applies for Christ. Do I have to say that? Madame de Pompadour. It's not a bad effort, I don't think. Yes, very vintage looking. Should have been in Downton Abbey. Went to the wrong set kind of appearance, I think. There we go. An ally. There we go. And we got another ally there behind. She's also from Downton Abbey. They've just got these cards completely mixed up. Robina Redmond. Didn't even look at the pack to see if there's any rares that we should be expecting. Are we? Are there any? You know what? We'll work that out afterwards, perhaps. Robina. And there's Jenny. Jenny's a little bit more modern. She looks like she's just picked the most plainest khaki looking top ever. And yeah. So this is largely female oriented, this pack at the moment. The women are winning 3-1 to Monster. And then finally, we've got the man himself, have we? Big reveal, Doctor. The Fifth Doctor. And this has got a bit of a foil effect going into it. And 1982 to 1984. And this is where my Doctor Who knowledge is gone. Or just proves it's non-existent because I have no idea who this is. But that is cool. We've got a shiny card, so we've got one of the rare ones, I think. We'll have to go back to the pack, which we didn't really look at before. So what have we got? 108 standard cards, 20 super foil embossed cards, super foil cards, and 40 glitter foil cards. Print ratios: glitter foil 2-1, super foil 4-1, super foil embossed. But I don't know what that is, which one of those it comes under. But the chance of getting one isn't actually that bad. 2-1, 4-1 is 4-1 again. So is this glitter foil or super foil embossed? It'd be nice if they gave you some sort of clue. But there we go. But we got one. We got one. However, it's not my favourite. We are going for the monster drawn by a child, because that is that is very random, and that is really cool. Actually, they deserve to be immortalised for that picture and the effort that they went to make that for the show. Well done, child. Probably drawn by an adult. Now I've said all that. So go over there. And it's time for pack 5 of 5. And as I say, they've all been big franchises so far. Nothing's been really out there. And with that, we are now on to the adventures of Batman and Robin. As I've got to move these Doctor Who ones out the way still. So yes, Batman and Robin. Most people know who Batman and Robin are. Nearly everybody, I would imagine, has heard of Batman and Robin. And it's going to be scissors again. Scissors have really been needed. I was going to say, nobody wants to watch me struggle for 5 minutes trying to get into these. I've learnt that you need to do this afterwards as well, rather than just trying to pull them out. That was literally during this episode. And here we go. There he is. Main man. It looks like he's been restrained or tied up, and the men there are just looking look like they're about to have their way with him, which is rather disturbing. But what is that red thing on the table? Is he on a poker table or something, and that's a chip? Maybe they're gambling Batman. I raise you a Batman. So there we go. Yeah, Batman and Robin, and we got a Batman card. So off the bat, we can't be too happy with. Can't be not. Oh bloody hell! Get your words out. Yes, can't be too upset with that. There we go. English mastered it eventually. Just failed multiple times. Okay, so here we go. And he's got a snake in his hand. But this snake looks rather odd. For a start, I thought they were his eyes. And then I noticed there's a small head there. And he's got his eyes are on there. So I've got the very large vent holes, which you're going to need because he's strangling you very far down. Hold up further up here. Surely that would be more advantageous to your perilous situation which you are now in. We didn't look at the back of the first card. Oh, case 572. Got Harley Quinn on the back. Don't we all have a bit of Harley Quinn? So this one is strangling a snake. And we have Avatar. Isn't that a film with blue aliens? That's a snake. Anyway, yes, hurls a deadly cobra at Batman, then flees from Wayne Foundation with the scroll of Osiris. The Dark Knight barely manages to subdue the reptile and swallow an anti-venom formula before he blacks out. Very handy that you had an anti-venom on you. Very handy indeed. I just realised we forgot to look at what's in the pack again, rare-wise and things like that. 4 trading cards plus 1 colouring card per pack. Get the crayons out. This is just multi-entertainment, this. But on the back, there's nothing really, anything about any rares or anything like that. It must have been aimed at children, so they probably didn't bother. These were for 1995 as well, so they're of age. But to be honest with you, cartoons like this, they kind of helps keep them looking timeless, doesn't it? Okay, next card. We have a very bad person with yellow teeth, clearly a smoker. And we have villains. Killer Croc. There we go. Croc's smoke then, apparently. It's your last hunt, bats, and now you're the prey. There's nothing like Killer Croc. Likes better than committing a crime, which is why Batman is always after you. Your eyes are yellow as well. You've got serious health problems going on there, mate. You best go get yourself checked up. Yes, and then we've got someone with 3 babies, so triplets. Yes, you probably thought having kids was fun, and then 3 came out. Unlucky with that, but they all seem to be attached to whatever this blue thing is. Give us a clue. Give us a clue. Poison Ivy. There we go. Admits she has been using Kyle's. Is that how you pronounce that? Carlisle's. What, the place? Home as a front for her crime scheme. The formula she feeds her plant babies transform them into mindless monsters, and she orders them to attack Batman and Robin. So she's basically growing babies. So that's well, outside of her by that, I mean. Yes, growing babies and then they're turning into little people, but they weren't little people to start with. I'm so confused as to what's going on the back of that card. But yes, she's a redhead, so very fiery, so be careful. Don't really want to take her on too much. And there we go. Where are the crayons? Because here is our colouring card, and it is of Catwoman and a cat, which has, for some reason, realised that the pearls are expensive, been trained very well, or just picked them up because Catwoman's dropped them on the floor, and you know what animals are like. Drop something on the floor, pick it up, and run away. And on the back, it just says Batman and Robin colouring card. Did these cards have numbers? They must have, yeah, these ones did 25, but the colouring cards don't. So how do you know how many different ones there are if you should so want to just collect them as well? But yes, so we've got Catwoman breaking into a safe, which is literally just on a white background. So was this safe just randomly appeared out of nowhere? Just sort of, boom, there it is. Who knows? So a favourite out of these, I feel like do you know what? I'm going to go against the grain here because, you know, normally when you buy something on the front of the pack, you want the main person and you want a card of the main person. And as nice as these two are and seemingly timeless by the cartoon graphics, I'm going to go for the Poison Ivy card, which grows babies externally through some rather weird blue, not green. You thought Poison Ivy would grow green stuff out of the ground, but there you go. Some random blue stuff because I don't know. I don't really know. But it is just more interesting, if you ask me, than what Batman is doing in those two cards. It is just rather strange. So we'll pop that there, and we shall complete our 5. And these are all big franchises. I managed to sort of, yes, some of these are a little bit random, but I managed to kind of steer clear of the very random stuff in this episode to a degree. But they were good. They were good cards. These are definitely cheap and horrible. Cheap and horrible. Wasn't impressed by them at all. But the Terminator ones that are really old, I really liked those. I probably could have appreciated these more if I played the game, so we need to rectify that too. But if we were to pick a favourite 5 of the favourite 5, we're actually going with the cartoon drawing, the crayon drawing, sorry. And that is just so random. That is really random. It is just a case of so a producer giving their kids some crayons, say make us a monster, and we'll and give it a name, and they drew that and went, oh, that's the wardrobe monster. Brilliant. So that's probably my favourite card of the 5, but the favourite pack overall was probably the Terminator 2 cards. I really enjoyed those. So yes, let me know your opinions on the cards. Did I pick a wrong favourite? What your favourite of these 5? What your favourite of these types of packs? So ladies and gentlemen, this series for me is always fun to do, and I will keep doing them until we run out. I think we are now down to 56 in the box. Yeah, 56 in the box. And by pulling out some of the less end, towards the less end of the random natured cards, means we've still got plenty of random cards to go. And there's 2 that fell out of the box that have just gone back in. So ladies and gentlemen, please, comments below. Do love a bit of genuine interaction. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, take care.